So just covering his new max really quick. Well, actually it does do pretty good chip, like about 100. Yeah, so it does pretty good chip. You can also sort of use it as an anti-air. So let's see. I'll see how good the anti-air option is. Alright, so I'll have Kenzo walk me all the way to the corner. Oops, I don't want that. Oops. Well, it's a viable anti-air. It's just I programmed Kenta to do a short hop, but it is possible. But yeah, enough about that. There's not really much to say about his new max anyways, other than it's like a full screen projectile and that's invincible. Now let's move on to the combos. Oh yeah, another thing I think about that to cover about jumping air is that in the corner, you can also use as a viable anti-air. I mistimed that, sorry. Huh. Okay, never mind. I think you have to time it earlier, but anyways, BNBs. So one of the great things in my Maxima is that he doesn't need the corner to do any combos. So combo starters, want to do crouching B, crouching A into his command normal. Want to use standing C, crouching D, and alternatively is crouching C. But you want to make well, crouching C is okay. You're better off just comboing straight into Vapor Cannon as opposed to going into his his command normal. Alright, so if you get any hit, you always want to cancel it into Vapor Cannon because you can cancel it into his super at any time. So you can do that from any of his combo starters, it doesn't matter, and it does a lot of damage. So at the least, with 1 bar 1 drive, you get 400, and at the most, you get 462 with just 1 bar 1 drive, and anywhere on the screen too. So that's extremely good. Let's see. If you want to counter, if you don't have a drive, you can combo it into his EX Vapor Cannon. So if you get an EX Vapor Cannon at any time, there's 2 ways you can follow up with it. Oops, sorry. Well, combo into his command normal always, and then just go into the dunk, and or you want to do your command normal and then delay it a bit, just a bit, and then cancel into the C Vapor Cannon. If you cancel it right after it hits, then it's gonna whiff. If you cancel it too late, then you won't be able to cancel it at all. And let's see what else. Just yeah, well. Yeah, you can also do it from his crouching A. If, let's say, you're not confident in getting the A after this or something, if it feels weird to you to do that. So, let's see. Yeah, it's not actually that hard. But yeah, one thing you gotta know about his EX Vapor Cannon is that depending on where you are on the screen, you might have to run up a bit, like that. So the rule of thumb is, pay attention to your opponent's back, the distance between your opponent and their back to the wall. If their back to the wall is like this, then you might have to run up a bit. Actually, never mind. If your back's closer to the wall, how about that? If your back's closer to the wall, then assume that you will have to run up. Actually, I don't know the rules actually. Just visually confirm it. I don't know ahead of time whenever I'm doing this combo whether I have to run up or not. I just visually see how much the screen's pushed back, and I just react to it. It's not that hard. Alright, let's see. So that's it for combos actually. You just need a combo into Vapor Cannon, Super Counter if you have 1 bar 1 drive. If you don't have a drive, cancel it. Cancel instead of the regular version of Vapor Cannon, just use EX Vapor Cannon. And just so you know, this is pretty obvious, but when you combo into Vapor Cannon, it's always the A version, it's never the C version. Alright, so command grab follow-ups. So let's say you get a command grab, you could super cancel it for 315. If you have 2 bars, you could drive cancel it into 441 damage. And if you get the EX version of the command grab, you usually want to combo into that EX Vapor Cannon. And the same follow-ups too, like from any EX Vapor Cannon, whether it's in a mid-screen combo, corner combo, or a command grab EX version, then you can always combo into this, into either the air dunk or the C Vapor Cannon. So the air dunk version does that much, and the C Vapor Cannon does that much. Well, let me check that again. Yeah, the air dunk version does slightly more damage, and they also land closer to you, so you can get a little bit more setup and pressure. But because they will recover before you can do any real jumping setup, you might want to just sort of run up to them and, you know, run up pressure instead of jumping pressure. This is best done if you get them near the corner, the dunk version I mean. Like if you want to keep them in the corner, or push them further into the... Actually no, let me start over, sorry. The advantage of the dunk version is to keep them closer to the ground with you, so you can, on the wake up, you can mix up the sweep or jumping hop, or maybe even a run up grab. For the C version, let's say, for this Vapor Cannon follow-up, it pushes them very far to the screen. So if you ever do the C Vapor Cannon follow-up, one of the things you could do is just whiff command grabs afterwards to build bar. It just depends on your style. If you want to play a little bit defensively and wait for them to come to you, then use the C version use the C version follow-up. You get usually 2 command grabs, maybe even more if they don't have like a fast projectile. If you want to keep up the pressure, then you want to use that version so that you're closer to them. Alright, so that's it for combos. There is counter hit conversion, so let me go over that real quick. So if you get a counter hit, I mean, the follow-ups is pretty much the same as you would get from a EX Vapor Cannon. You do have to usually run up because it pushes them all the way to the screen. There we go. And it does a lot more damage. Let's see, you can also, from any counter hit conversion, let's say either off of a Vapor Cannon or a super, you can also get this EX command grab, and then you could follow up into that. Oops. And either way, any conversion off of counter hit Vapor Cannon or super does a lot of damage. So the follow-ups is the same: run up, command normal into the air dunk or into the C Vapor Cannon. And that's about it. Yeah. Maxima, you just need 1 bar to do any combo, and if you got a drive, that's even better. In the next video, I'll just go over shortly about how to use Maxima. So yeah, stay tuned.